Today we have the Intel Core i5 6500 with 16 gigabytes of DDR3 1600 MHz in dual channel, the Intel HD530, and a standard hard drive running at 5400 RPMs, Western Digital Green.
Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at Resident Evil 3, and it runs really well on this. I mean, really well, relatively speaking. You know, it's not averaging 60 FPS or anything. And when we get down to street level, it's going to run a little bit worse. There were a couple of glitches, like the cabinet, but that's not going to affect gameplay. And if all you have is a low-end system, you can probably play this game. I would take a look at the demo on Steam first and download that and confirm that runs well on your system. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with it. I wish all game manufacturers would actually take the time to properly optimize their game, because this is running on an ancient integrated graphics card, and it's running very well considering the age of the hardware that we're using. I am giving away a copy of Batman Arkham City in this video, so keep an eye out for the text that will come up telling you how to enter to win that. We are using FSR performance in this, so, you know, yeah, it's not technically 800 by 600. We're using FSR in ultra quality mode. It still looks good though. You know, it's not as blurry as Resident Evil 2 was. I don't know if that's because we're actually using a version of FSR in this and Resident Evil 2 wasn't. Because Resident Evil 2 only had image quality settings. It didn't have specifically FSR settings. And I don't know if that makes a difference as far as quality of video goes, but I'm impressed by this for sure. You know, as you've seen on the street, or when there's a bunch of zombies on, we get down into the low 20s, mid 20s. And you can always lower the quality of the FSR, go down to performance mode at 800 by 600 or something like that, regain a few of those FPS, and maybe hover around 30 instead of hovering around 20-25 on the street or when there's a bunch of zombies around. But that little run there, we averaged 36 FPS, and that's not terrible when you consider the hardware. So now we're taking a look at 720p with FSR set to performance mode. And this looks really good. You know, I got no complaints about how it looks. It runs a hair worse, or at least it feels a hair worse, but still playable. So if you want to do 720p, you can, but with FSR set to performance mode, you're not really getting 720p. I do feel like it looks a little bit better though, even though we're running at a lower resolution. And obviously I have the video cards listed throughout, so if you have one of those cards and that's all you have, definitely download the demo. You know, it's the worst thing you're going to do is just waste some time installing the game and downloading it, but it's worth a shot, especially if you really want to play. And all the previous Resident Evil games should run pretty well in comparison. I mean, we've done Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, so all the other Resident Evil games that came prior should technically run better than this. Well, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you leave a comment down below so that you can be entered into the drawing. I use the Wheel of Names to pick someone. If you want to know what that is, just type in Wheel of Names in Google and it will come up. Thanks again.